This is a new topic released by Dr. Wendy Pierre to empower, to transform, to succeed, that the people of God may be ready to face any crisis and thoroughly furnished unto all good works. WendyGlobal. Envision, empower, influence, and impact. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and LinkedIn on WendyGlobal to know when we are coming to your area. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more topics like this. May God bless you all. Now, let's delve into the topic. Be a wife in the making. Marriage is a two-way street. If you want to be independent and do what you want, please don't get married. You'll be putting yourself in a situation where you'll go through a separation or divorce, which could be avoided. Marriage is based on respecting each other's expectations and choices. Men in general have a list of things that they want their wives to do for them, but they will never talk about them. In this chapter, we are going to take a look at what these expectations are and how you can start preparing yourself to become the wife that your man wants. One of the most important things that men want from their wives is stability. They need someone who can be a rock for them, someone who will be there through thick and thin, good times and bad. If you're not ready yet to provide that kind of stability, then your man is likely to lose interest in you. This stability forms the bedrock of a successful marriage, so it's important that you take the time to prepare yourself for it. So what sort of stability is expected? The answer is simple. Both emotional aspects and maturity in handling the family. The starting point for this stability is for your man to feel that he can always rely on you no matter what happens or how bad the situation seems. If you're not ready emotionally to take care of him and provide that stability, then he will look elsewhere for it. And because he needs this stability so much, if he finds someone else who can offer it instead of you, chances are very high that he will leave you and marry her instead. That's why you sometimes see men leave their fiancé or even wife to be with another woman. But don't worry, that won't happen to you. So what's all this got to do with being a wife in the making? Well, looking at this from his perspective, we can see why being a wife is more than just tying the knot with him. It means becoming someone who can provide him with the emotional stability that he needs in order to function at his best. It's something you have to work on before you even get married, not just during the marriage itself. So how can you go about preparing yourself for this role? One of the most important things is to start thinking about what it means to be a wife and mother. What kind of skills and attributes will you need in order to be successful in those roles? How can you mentally prepare yourself for the challenges that you will face? Healthy environment. A man will always desire a good home with a good environment. A man would marry a woman who can cook healthy food, keep the house clean, give him good sex, and raise the children properly. These are essential things that make him feel content in a marriage. A peaceful house is equally important for the longevity of the marriage. She also needs to be prepared, not just with skills, but knowledge as well. Being able to cook is important, but knowing what you are cooking is even better. Understanding how your man thinks will allow you to anticipate his reactions so that you can be ready for them when they happen. It will also help you discern the best way to support him emotionally so that he feels loved no matter what's happening in life. If kids are involved in a relationship, be careful. Raising kids is very important for a man's spouse. When you get married, it is your duty to become a good mother and help him in the rearing of kids. Not knowing how to raise children could put a setback on his desire to marry you because he thinks that everything will come crashing down when the kids come along. However, the point to be noted here is that it's never the responsibility of a woman alone to raise children. A man's role is to be a protector, provider, guide, teacher, a source of happiness and security for the kids. It is important to remember that men appreciate women with children based on how they treat the kids. Leadership education, family, and respect. Men have this weird obsession for their wives to be sociable. The ability to make others laugh is important because it shows that you're able to fit in with different kinds of people. He also wants a wife who will enjoy socializing with his family and be able to hold up her end of the conversation. A man needs someone he can trust when he takes her out on dinner dates, trips, or even when meeting clients, because sharing the same hobbies means that she knows him well. A huge part of any career is communication with colleagues and seniors, so it is important that she be able to converse with them without any problems. Supporting your man's leadership is empowering him, making him feel he's a man. They love that. However, if you put your man's leadership in danger, put in your mind that you are on the singleness line. While they have been very underrated expectations in the past, education and intelligence are things that are sought for more in a potential wife. With the ever-growing economy, it is important that the woman be able to support the husband and family in case he is unable to find a good job. A man would much rather have a wife who is able to contribute financially to the family than someone who relies on him entirely. Gone are the days of the damsel in distress image of a woman. Ambition and industriousness are traits that are favored in women these days. A man would always want a woman who is independent and knows what she wants from life. Inability to work after marriage, lack of career goals, laziness, and lethargy will be huge turnoffs for most men. Men have never been very supportive of women who just sit at home all day long doing nothing productive. Love and affection. Lastly, the core of any relationship is the physical component. A man needs a woman who will be affectionate toward him and stay faithful to him. No matter how perfect a woman may be, if she is not ready for physical intimacy, he will lose interest in her eventually. The sooner you start preparing yourself for this aspect, the better it will be. Being receptive in bed and being up for trying new things are important if you want him to be satisfied with you. Intimacy and physical desires aren't just wanted, but rather needed for both men and women. A man needs a wife who can provide him with the physical stability and satisfaction that he desires from his woman. Hence, it is very important for a woman to understand and fulfill these desires and become a wife in the making. Not only do you need to be able to take care of your man emotionally, but you also need to be physically capable of doing so. This means being healthy and looking good for him. A man wants his wife to be by his side, not behind him, because she doesn't compliment him. A good wife takes care of herself and makes sure that she is always looking her best because she knows that her husband is the one who matters the most to her. Becoming a wife doesn't just mean marrying the guy. It is about taking care of his needs so that he can be happy with you and himself, thus leading to an ideal life for both of you. He wants someone who will stand by him through any kind of trouble, not somebody who will have to put up with it forever. So before you take the plunge into marriage, try thinking about what it means to be a wife and how you will handle all the responsibilities that come along with it. The role of women in society has changed dramatically over time, especially in recent years, but there are still certain expectations that people have when it comes to gender norms. Men want their wives to be able to fit into their lives comfortably, no matter if they are working or stay-at-home mothers. It may sound scary that the expectations are so high, but it is important for you to know what kind of life he wants with you before committing to him. When it comes to sex, men have a hard time understanding that you are sick or tired. Listen to me, my sister. This is a need. Even if you are tired, they are expecting it. There are so many ways you can satisfy your man if you are sick or tired. However, you should have a sign on you that reads, "Always vacant," which means you are always available and ready to give it to him. Now that you know what kind of qualities are expected of your spouse, it's time for you to take stock of your own abilities. Answer these questions honestly. Are you capable of taking care of your family without help from outside? Would you be okay to give it to him every day unless you are sick? Are you able to cook healthy meals? Do you have the patience required to raise kids well? Can you keep a peaceful home by yourself? If the answer is no, Then don't waste any more time hoping that he will commit to you in marriage. You need to start preparing yourself so that when he asks for your hand in marriage, both of you will be ready. Key principles to remember from this chapter. Being able to make a house a home is the first step in the transformation of a female into a wife. Men want to feel that they are at home after a busy or stressful day. You need to know how to welcome the man if you are at home. If you will not be home at the moment, always give him a surprise. Prepare something for him, leave it on the table or in the fridge. If you are home when he comes home, just by taking his bag from him will make him feel like you removed a huge load from his shoulders. Start helping him by removing his shoes. A bed bath or a chair bath with hot towel is well recommended. While massaging his shoulders or his head, ask him about his day. Was it stressful today? Encourage him by making him believe that you understand that he's working hard to provide for the family. Remind him about the plan that you have together, that one day you will have your own business. Then, bring him to the table, have dinner, and then take him inside the room for dessert. That's how you keep a man at home. When he's at work, he won't be able to wait for work to be over to come home. Clean the house, change the sheets, make the room smell good, and add dim lighting. That is enough to change his whole day. A man wants a woman who is physically affectionate and stays faithful to him. Don't do anything that will make him suspicious that you are doing something wrong. Even if a man doesn't tell you anything, he's watching every move and every step you make. Remember, men are logical. Therefore, he won't tell you anything until he's ready to make a decision. A woman needs to understand and fulfill her husband's physical desires. Don't ask if he wants it, give it to him. Sometimes it is better to give it to him instead of offering him a plate of food. It is important for a wife to be able to take care of her husband emotionally and be able to keep up with his lifestyle. Your main job is to study your man, know his passion, where he likes to spend his time, and on what. If you don't know your man's passion, you'll never be able to communicate with him, because a man talks only when he's doing what he loves best. So, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more topics like this. May God bless you all. Now, let's delve into the topic.